Section 12.4 Integrated Review. In this lecture video, let's take a look at the US measurement. So the next three sections for test 3 material is about conversion. So we're going to do US measurements in this particular lecture video. So there are two ways when it comes to converting measurements. All right, the shortcut way, which most of people actually prefer this way, and I made a little mistake right here. I will need y'all to kind of change that real quick. The shortcut way is if you take a large unit to convert to a small unit, you will always multiply. If you're starting out with a small unit trying to convert to a large unit, you will always divide. So let me kind of show you why we multiply and divide here just in a minute. All right, another way we can convert measurement is called the dimensional analysis, which using the idea of unit fraction, which is very much related to using the concept of ratios. All right, so here are our US measurements, the most common ones that we normally use. So here I'm going to kind of go back and forth. So if you have this handout, you can come back to refer to these numbers as I'm going through some example. All right, I'm going to show you both ways for a little bit, but most of the time for units that I know, for the units that are easy to convert, I will probably use a shortcut way. All right, but here from the beginning, I'm going to use both ways real quick. So the first question I have here is 28 quart is equal to how many gallon? So to use the shortcut way, you need to know which unit is bigger, which unit is smaller. So let's come back here real quick. So gallon and quart is referring to US unit of capacity. So most of us know the largest capacity that we use in the US is gallon. Gallon is larger than quart, which is larger than pint, which is larger than cups, which is larger than fluid ounces. So there are other measurements after fluid ounce that we are not encounter here. So it says 1 gallon is equal to 4 quart. So the ratio between gallon and quart is 4. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So the ratio between quart and pint is 2. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So the ratio between pint and cup is 2. 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. So the ratio between cup and fluid ounce is 8. So that's what these 4228 represents, is 1 unit to the next unit. So here, if I need to convert quart to gallon, all right, quart is a small unit, gallon is a large unit. So go from small to large, we will divide. All right, so I take my 28 divided by the ratio between quart and gallon, which is 4. 1 gallon is 4 quart. So that's what my answer will be, 7 gallon. All right, that's using the shortcut. The shortcut require you to know which unit is larger, which unit is smaller. Now, the other method is called dimensional analysis, okay, which is using the unit fraction. So basically what we do is start out with 28 quarts over 1 times another fraction and put my unit quart down here. Why? Because now the quart on the top and the word quart down here can actually cancel each other out. So since my formula here allow me to convert directly between gallon and quart, so then I can put my gallon up here. Now writing our numbers, 1 gallon is for 4 quarts. And as you can see, the quart top and bottom will cancel out. So this problem becomes 28 times 1 over 4. So this problem just becomes 28 divided by 4, which my only unit is gallon. So 28 over 4 will give me 7 gallon again. All right. So both method works. Okay. But I normally use dimensional analysis for problems or for conversion that I'm not too familiar with, especially when we get into matrix. Some of those conversions I'm not quite familiar with, so I always fall back on the dimension analysis, because this technique does not require me to know anything about who is larger, who is smaller. I just write it out, okay, and then just cancel out the unit and multiply or divide. All right, this is quart to pint. Quart is larger, pint is small. So from large to small, we multiply. So I'm going to take my 69 quart times the ratio between quart and pint is 2, so I'll multiply by 2. All right, so 69 times 2, that will give me 138. So my answer, 138 pints. So I'm not going to do the dimensional analysis for this one. All right, because I know how to, because quart and pint are easy to convert. Feet and yard. So feet is smaller unit. Yard is large, so convert from small to large, we will divide. So I'm taking my 93 feet divided by, let's see, conversion between feet and yard. Feet and yard, 1 yard is 3 feet, so the ratio is 3, so that's the number I'm dividing. So 93 divided by 3 should be 31 yard. All right, so let's take a look at this concept real quick. Why do I multiply? Why do I divide? All right, the way how you think about this goes like this. If I have a large unit need to convert to a small unit, then I would need a large number, or my answer should be larger than what I'm starting out with, to represent I'm actually from a larger unit. That's why we got to multiply in order to have a larger number. Okay. Why do we divide? Because if I need to convert from a small unit to a large unit, I need a smaller answer as compared to what I'm starting out with, to indicate I'm actually coming from a smaller unit trying to convert to a large. So that's the reason why we have to multiply or divide, to shows, so the numerical value of the answer indicates whether I'm starting from a large unit or a small unit. So if I want to go from small to large, I got to divide in order for my numerical answer to be smaller than my numerical answer that I'm starting out with. So is same argument goes for large to small. Let's try to convert feet and mile. I know feet is smaller units, mile is large units. So small to large, we will divide. So I'm going to take my 22,440 feet divided by ratio between feet and mile, excuse me, is 5,280. So I'll divide it by 5,280. 2240 divided by 5280. Let me insert another 4 here. All right, that'll be 4.25. So my answer, 4.25 miles. All right, let's do weight. Okay, so feet and yard is length. Okay, feet and yard is length. Quart, pint, gallon, those are capacities. Pound and ton is weight, or the textbook called the mass. So pound and ton, let's see what the ratio is. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. Okay, so pound is larger. Excuse me, pound is smaller than ton. So small to large, we will divide. So my ratio between tons and pound is 2,000. So I will take my 20,000 divided by 2,000. So that will give me 10 tons. Okay. Minute and second. Minute is larger than second, so large to small, we will multiply. And as you can recall, the ratio between minutes and second is 60, right? 1 minute is 60 seconds. So I take my 5 minutes times by 60. My answer, 300 seconds. So in this lecture video, I'll quickly show you how to convert the US measurements using the shortcuts, where large to small we multiply, small to large we divide. We can also, every one of these problems we did, we can also use dimensional analysis, which is using the concept of unit fractions and the concept of ratio. So as we begin to learn about how to convert matrix, I will begin to use more dimensional analysis. That will conclude this lecture video. Thank you for watching.